Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Well, today I've already made the bracelet. Now I'm calling it the Mystere bracelet, which is meaning mystery, because I'm really not sure if somebody has made it before or not. So this was the one that I made on the fork, and as you can see, it looks sort of like a little ladder here in between. All right, and when you pull it, it sort of almost looks like a fishtail, but it's a little bit different. As you can see, it's sort of looped a little bit differently. I'm not sure if you can see it as close. There we go. Let's see if we can see it a little better. So it's looped a little differently than a fishtail, but I really don't know if it's been done before or not. But anyway, this was done on the fork. We used a fork to make it, and I thought, well, I'm sure we can do it on the loom as well. It's going to be a little bit different, but let's try and see how we do on a loom. So that's what we're going to do. I'm using, again, rainbow colours, but this time I'm going to use white as my base colour, so we can tell the difference of how it looks on the fork and on the loom. What we're going to do is take a single white band, and you're going to put it on the left hand loop peg, figure 8 to the middle peg, figure 8 again to the right hand peg, so you've got it twisted like this. Okay, now what we're going to do then is take our first band and do the same on top like that. We're going to use our hook, and we're just going to lift over and lift over and push this down. Then we're going to use a white band because we've just used a green. So again, do your twists and use your hook to move over either side, and then move the green over there. Push down. We're onto our next colour. Push down a bit further. It's a little more difficult. Just grab the bottom and back onto a white. And just take the bottom colour up and over the top, and as you can see, you're starting to form this little shape here. So we're on a colour, and we're onto orange. Up and over, push down. Now we're onto white again. You can always tell what you're on, because if you've finished on a colour, you know you're going to white. So we finished on a white here, so we know we're on to our next colour. I have them just sitting there waiting for me to take 3 of each. Push down onto a white. As you can see, it's starting to form like a little ladder. Can you see that? Hope you can see. You see how it's starting to form like a little ladder? Yeah. Push down. We're on our colour because we just finished on a white. Now I do a white. push things down. And this will just kind of pop up. You can just sit wherever really. Back to green, which was my starting one. I have a little helper here with me for the next few weeks. School holidays are upon us, and so Izzy will be home, which is going to limit how much time I can actually do recordings. Down. And you're just going to go all the way until you've made it the size. Now I can't, people always say to me, how many bands do I need for this? I really don't know, because this is going to be depending on how long you want to make it. You could make it a hairband, you could make it a necklace, you could make it a small bracelet for a child, you could make it a big long bracelet for a grown-up. So it's completely up to you how long and how many bands you want to do for this. I'm going to make it Izzy sized. Oopsie. There we go. I can hear I'm being written a note. Back to the green. And I think that the difference between this is the twist. If you don't do a twist, it just looks like a fishtail. Whereas the twist makes it look a little different. I think. Maybe we should call it a twisted fishtail. I don't know. The mysterious bracelet. Gosh, I nearly said breakfast. And it's lunchtime. Goodness knows what's going on with me. So I'm nearly at the end. How should we close this off? I'm going to use a button. Again, I think closing with a button is quite nice. Hey, get off. Ooh, look at that. See? I missed doing that one. I'm going to put that back. I'm going to go back a step and take this white band off. You see, I forgot to loop this one over. That would have been bad. There we go. Fixed up my mistake. Let's redo the red. There we are. Better. Too busy chattering away to you. Two more colours to do. Here's purple, and we'll finish on blue. Crash bang wallop. Can you get it, darling? Okay. What's up? You can get it. Oh, you've spilt milk. Sorry about that. We had a bit of spilt milk. No use crying over spilt milk. Okay, and our blue band, which is our last. We're going to finish, as our last colour, we're going to finish on a white band, just like we started on a white band. Like that. Now, I'm going to use a smaller hook. I'm just going to take each of these little white loops off and keep them on my hook like that. So as you can see, you see how it's like a little ladder. Now it looks a little bit different when you make it on the loom than when you make it with a fork. Okay, and what you do is when you're ready, you pull it and it goes smaller like this, which I think is quite nice. So there we go, that's how you make it smaller, like that. Now let's find a button. How about we do, how about a ladybird? We can do a ladybug. Ladybug, I think you call them here. I'm going to thread my little button through, pop my hook like this onto the end of my button. I'm going to put one loop over the other so that it's threaded on like that. I'm going to thread these on, these three little loops on, and splay the end of my band out and put it over my ladybug like that. Okay, so there's my ladybug. When I want to close my bracelet, I go to the other end. I'm going to grab the white band and I'm going to grab the green band as well, the end of the green band too, and splay those both open to fit my little ladybug, ladybug through it. And there we have the same unknown mysterious bracelet made using a loom. I hope you enjoy making. As I said, you can use any button. You can use a C-clip or whatever if you want, but I quite like the idea of being able to use a little button. I think it looks quite cute. Alright, take care. Bye.